Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. It was done using a script that me and a friend of mine, Lauren Sherman, have been developing since 2011, and this script, often known as Sirkles or as Sherman's script, is what is used on the new official Gallifreyan translator, as seen on DoctorWho.tv/Gallifreyan translator. So it's very exciting to have been involved in the creation and development of this now canon script. With that being said, let's get to how this script works and its mechanics. So above me I have a mini version of the key which shows the grid that combines these letter stems here with the modifiers here to get our different rows and columns to make the consonants. So the rows are formed by the letter stems, which in the very tippy top row there's this deep divot shape like a horseshoe or an omega, and that is still an open circle at the top, but it is more than 50% complete, unlike the third row where there's a 50% complete shallow divot stem, making the third row. And then in the second and fourth rows, so the bottom row here as well as, the second row, they have fully enclosed circles. So they don't have any chunks taken out of our word circle. They're just, bigger circles than the vowels. And the second row has a full circle that's inside of our word circle. So here's our word circle, right? And then this one is nestled inside it, as opposed to on the line, which is what the bottom row is the stuff on the line. And there are dot modifiers here, which if you count up the dots and there's 4 dots, then it's going to be in this column 3 dots, 2 dots, 1 dot, and then this has nothing above it, so no dots or lines for this column. And then the line modifiers are over here, and those line modifiers count where they end on a letter stem. So if the line passes clean through a letter stem, then it doesn't count, but if it terminates or ends on it, then it does count. And then vowels are these little guys down here, and all of these little circles and all 4 of those letter stems are vowels. They just have different positions depending on what letter they're attached to. But rule of thumb is A is always external, so outside the word circle. E's, I's, and U's are centered, so either centered on the line of the word circle or centered inside the consonant stem they're attached to. And I's have a line going inwards towards the middle of our word circle, where U's have a line going outwards away from the center point of our word circle. And then O's are internal, so they're inside the word circle or like a bead on a string on the line of the consonant stem. So that is this little thing above me. Now let's get to the design itself. I have all of my notes from my commissioner on this design, and this has some quality French in it. It is a quote from The Matrix that is combined with my commissioner's cat's name, and it comes with a very love-hate vibe. Super posh, super fit, excuse me, super posh and super fancy design and language for calling this cat lots of choice words, or that's what it feels like. So let's get to reading it. So I'm gonna look at our very first word here, which is the name of the cat, which is Missy, and we have something weird happening here, which we'll get rid of. Sometimes when I fill in the gaps and make them paths, not strokes, things get weird. There. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So this is our sentence circle, and you start reading at the bottom of the sentence, and that's true for words in a sentence as well as letters in a word, and there's only one word in this big ol' sentence. And at the bottom of it we have this completed circle. It goes all the way around, and it is inside of our word circle, which is this one here. This is just a part of a sentence circle or some lines. It is honestly just decoration to fill in the space here because I thought it looked a little bit empty without it, so I put it in there. And there are in this full circle letter stem, so we're in the second row, there are 1, 2, 3 lines ending on it. This thick one, this thin one, and this other thick one. So that makes it in the 3-line column. So second row, third 3-line column makes this an M. And then we have an I with a line radiating inwards. And then we have a double letter. These 2 letter stems are both shallow divots, and they are the same thickness, so they're the same letter. And there are 1, 2, 3 lines attached to them, so that would be a double S. And then this circle is on the line of our word circle, and it has 2 dots, so that's a Y. So here's the name Missy. And these swirls go into this word here, starting at the bottom. We have 1 line on this one, making it an N. and then an O inside the word circle, and then an M with 1, 2, 3 lines on it. So we have Missy, and now we're starting at the beginning of this sentence, nom. And then we have this word, deep divot, no modifiers. Actually, this deep divot has 1, 2, 3 dots by it, because these 3 dots have to go somewhere, and this is the closest word and letter to this to have those modifiers. So 3 dots makes this as a D, and then an E is nestled inside the center of the D, so DE. And then we have this word, another 1, 2, 3 dot D, and then these are 2 vowels stacked together, and they're different thicknesses, so they're different letters. And this thin one is the one we read first, because we read thin to thick, and this is an I because it has a line going inwards, and then an E, so D-I-E, and then another vowel, except this one has a line going outwards. So even though these lines go the same direction, because this passes through the center of the word circle, and it starts off going towards the middle of the word circle, it's an I, where this one starts off going away from the word circle and is a U. So D-I-E-U. And then we have, continuing around, another D-E, this deep divot with 3 dots and an E, so D-E. And then we have this word circle starting with 2 lines on the P, a U with a line going outwards, T, shallow divot, and then this is a sneaky little guy. It's hard to figure out where this guy belongs to, but it is closer and in line with this letter stem as opposed to this word here. So that's the A for this word, and that would be the T, then the A. And then we have this vowel set and consonant set. This is an I because it has a line going inwards, and this is an M because it has, an N, sorry, because it has 1 line on it. And because this has a slash through it, it brings it up in front of the N, which is in the full rule guide, not in my little mini cheat sheet up there, where we have line slashes and letter stacking rules and all that jazz. So anyway, P-U-T-A-I-N. So we have this word, and then we have another deep divot with 3 dots, D and E, so another D-E. And then we have a B, O, R with 3 dots, D with 3 dots, E on the line of the word circle, and this is an L, B-O-R-D-E-L. Another D-E. So even though all of these dots make this whole crazy path, we have 3 here, 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 and 3 here. So they're all grouped up with their consonant friend. So D-E, and then M with 3 lines, E, R with 3 dots, D with 3 dots, and an E. So there's the mirda. I know what that word means. And then another D. Here, 1, 2, 3 dots on the D and then the E. And then we have this shallow divot down here with 1, 2, 3 lines on it. So that's an S. And this A is outside the line where the word circle would go. If it were inside here, it would be an E. So this is an E, 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 E. Now it's an A because it's outside the word circle. And then we have 1, 2, 3 dots for this L, O, P with 2 lines, E, then we have a shallow divot with 1, 2, and this third dot is kind of out in the middle, so we have to do some deduction to figure out where it goes. Can't be on either of these two because they've already got lines. And this one and this one are where it's really split between, and it is closer, this dot is closer to this letter than it is to this letter, therefore it goes over here to that letter. And then that makes it an R with 3 dots, I line going inwards, and then an E. So S-A-L-O-P-E-R-I-E. So that's that word. S-A-L-O-P-E-R-I-E. Yep, that is that word. No idea how to pronounce it. I did do the Google Translate to see what this said before translating it, and yep. Then we have this word, 3 dots on the D, and then the E, so that's another D-E. And I just filled in this D. I could have had it as like this, but I honestly liked it better like this, and we can still tell there's a deep divot with 3 dots and then an E centered. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 dots on the C. The O is inside, so internal to our word circle. Then double N's there, and we have another weird artifact happening here. Why are you weird? There. And then shallow divot with 1, 2, 3 dots, so an R and then another 3 dot D. So CONNARD, which is here. And then continuing around, we have a D, 3 dots on it. Then this is a double line, going from the sentence circle to the word circle, so that's punctuation. And that is an apostrophe. And then we have an E and a letter stack here, where we have our thin line with 1 line, so that's an N. This thick one has 1, 2, 3, 4, and these 4 dots on the outside here, so that's a C. I line going outwards, and then an L, 1, 2, 3 dots on that, and then this is an E with an accent. This little slash is the acute accent mark. So D hyphen, well, not hyphen, D apostrophe E N C U L E with an accent. So that's this word. Then we have 3 dots on the D and another E, a shallow dip for the T and then the A, and then 1, 2, 3 lines on this M, the E with 1 slash on it, the R with 3 dots on it, and then the last E. And this is, last but not least, the period on the sentence circle. So yep, that is that design and how you read it. I do want to talk a little bit about how I have it set up as a tattoo. So I have this little arm in the background just showing me where things are designed to line up. So we have the Missy here on the hand, and then the rest of this design going from the hand. This space here is for the wrist, continuing around, and then this gap here is for the elbow. And then they kind of link up with this chunk here, which is going to be on the main sort of like lower part of your upper arm, like the connection between elbow and then lower arm. And then this big circle starts to get up onto like your deltoid and shoulder. And I made them in these 3 parts, so that way they could be broken up and done in 3 different sittings. So yeah, that is your design. I hope you like it. Thank you. Bye.